Alright, homesteader family. So I had a mix up there. I still had music going from the other part of my cell phone, so I had to get that shut off. But today you can see the baby's down there just hanging out with mama, and Minnie's just relaxing. It's just an easy day here on the homestead. And you can see, oh no, he's nursing. I thought he was just laying there. But you can see he's growing quick. He's growing and growing and growing. And I'm in here working on pumpkin seeds. So I figured I'd go ahead and talk about what my goals are for next year. And I'll have YouTube set up so if I have questions coming in. And this is how many seeds that I have so far. I mean, just tons and tons and tons of seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and get some pumpkins going. I'll get some music going and talk about what's going on for next year, what my goals are, what my plans are. Let me turn the camera around and let me get this all set up. Alright, so for next year, the goal that I have going forward is I'm going to get some fencing, hopefully, money saved up for fencing. I'm going to get a new pen fenced in so the animals have more space to get into. I also want to turn around and get the animals in the new pen after I concede that pen. With basically a food plot, so that way I can turn around, have wheat, barley, milo, corn, and everything else in the new pen for the animals. And then I also want to turn around, and once I get them out of that pen that they're in currently, I want to turn around and seed that pen because of all the pig poop, the goat poop, the dog poop, and everything like that. So I'm going to get everything cleaned up next year. Come spring, I want to get the two pens completely seeded so the animals have food. And that's going to make everything go a lot smoother. It's going to start saving me some money because if I have a lot of growth coming in, including these pumpkins that I'm putting out across the property, then I'm not buying as much grain, I'm not buying as much hay, and things like that. Thing that happened yesterday, I had another tragedy, or not a tragedy, but an incident that occurred on the homestead yesterday. And that was when I went over and checked on the animals. Apparently, if you've seen my earlier videos of when the barn was built, both Tiny Dude and the girl pig would step all over people and tick people off. And you saw Minnie get upset about it. You saw Mickey get upset about it. Well, apparently Tiny Dude stepped on the new boar pig, and the boar pig bit his leg. So because I had all the antibiotics and everything over here at the house, because I used them to spray Minnie's nipples after she had the baby, I sprayed the belly button of the puppy so his umbilical cord belly button area didn't get infected. I ended up having to run back to the Cotopaxi store yesterday, get some Neosporin and stuff, and go back and take care of Tiny Dude. So right now he's got a pretty good gash in his leg, and that's how I know it's the pig and not Mickey. A, Mickey's tied up or chained up, and two, Mickey's teeth are small, and this is a wide hole, so you can tell it's the tusk from the boar pig that got his leg. So the good thing about goats, they're pretty hardy. So Tiny Dude's had an issue when I first got him. he decided to get up on my roof. When I tried to get him off the roof, he jumped down through a window, which the glass broke as he went through and gashed his backside pretty good. And that took probably about a month to completely heal up. But because I was trained in how to pack wounds and stuff like that in the military, I'm pretty good at fixing boo-boos on my goats. As for Dodie, I've had several people now asking how Dodie's doing, because I thought it was Mickey who attacked her the first time. Apparently it wasn't Mickey, because I let Minnie off the chain before she had the puppy, and Dodie was attacked on the other leg. So I know it was Minnie that did the attack and not Mickey, but I don't want to take that risk. But anyhow, Dodie's one leg healed up good after the first attack. And then, like I said, after she was all healed up, I went ahead and took Minnie off the chain to make sure it wasn't Minnie, which I found out it was Minnie because Dodie was attacked again. But Dodie's second leg that was attacked is healed up now. And yesterday, which was November 15th, Wednesday, I went over there to check on the animals, and Dodie was doing so well that Mongo found out, I guess she went into heat, and was actually mounting Dodie yesterday multiple times. So that's the good thing for multiple reasons. One, that means hopefully Dodie got pregnant yesterday or day before, whenever Mongo decided to mount her. Two, she's allowing Mongo to mount her, which means she's willing to have babies with Mongo. And three, that means she is healthy enough and recovered enough that she lets his fat behind get on top of her. So all in all, Dodie's doing good. Mini-Me, has not had any problems since she's been there. She still hasn't had any problems. She's doing good. She, of course, is not in heat right now, which makes me kind of think that Mongo got her pregnant the first time around when I first got her and Dodie. So if that holds true, she should have baby goats the end of February, the first part of March, and that would put Dodie into having babies the end of March into April. And then, of course, I'm supposed to be getting the other two goats, Paxi and Baby Girl, from Mini Moose and Kids 2 Dairy in Canyon City sometime in June, and they should be pregnant. So it's just moving forward, getting everybody set up. Now, back to the attack on Tiny Dude from the Boar Pig. I think the reason that he attacked him wasn't because he was hungry or trying to be aggressive, because with Porky being 500 pounds, 500 plus pounds, he could have killed Tiny Dude without any issue. So that's why I think it was Tiny Dude who stepped on him in the barn, and Porky turned around and snipped his leg, and that was just an unfortunate circumstance. So my goal going forward is the animals need more shelter. Because if I get more shelters built or established for them, then the animals will have less of a chance of bugging the others. And if somebody wants to be dominant, if there's multiple shelters, then the dominant animal has their place and the other animals lower down on the chain had their own place. So I found a dairy that's going out of business in Ellicott, Colorado, and they have a bunch of calving shelters, and I had 5 of them put on hold for me. They're normally like $950 a piece, brand new. I'm getting them for $100 a piece. And the dairy is willing to work with me because they said they have some shelters that aren't in the best condition, that they're worth maybe a couple of them for $100. So I'll be looking at those tomorrow on Friday. So hopefully that will stop the problem of the animals fighting or being irritated by goats and pigs that don't pay attention when they walk around, and they won't be stepping on each other. And another good reason about getting these shelters is when I get the fencing done next year, I want to be able to have the animals in the new pen. And the barn that I built out of wood, there's just no moving that because it's too big, it's too heavy. If I try to tear it apart and try to rebuild it, it's just not going to go the way I want it to go. So having these multiple shelters, I'll be able to flip them on the back, drag them across the property, and be able to move them and put them where I want to put them. So that's going to be a big thing for next year. These shelters are going to help out once I get the fencing done. Another thing I want to get done next year is the spillway. Hopefully during the summer when the stream runs dry and the pond lowers in June or July, I can go ahead and dig out below the dam. I want to go ahead and get the concrete pad poured for the overshot water wheel, for the walls that are going to support the rod that goes across through the wheel. And that's going to be what produces the electricity. So that's going to be another big thing I'm going to have accomplished next year is the overshot. Well, I might not have the overshot water wheel done, but the goal is to at least get the walls done and get the concrete pad at the bottom done for the setup for the wheel. The reason I need to have that done come spring is because one of the neighbors out there has a bunch of excavation equipment, bulldozers, and what have you, and he's willing to barter and trade with me and bulldoze the driveway in, excavate where the house is going to go, and then if I have all that concrete work done for the spillway, I can go ahead and have him backfill the dam out to about 20-25 foot wide. So that way, if something ever happens with the spillway, there's so much land there that I won't ever lose the pond. And that's my big goal, is I don't want to risk having to rent equipment because of a rainstorm. And like I said, I'm going to have the spillway figured out where I've got the 3 4-inch pipes that the water goes through, and then above that I'm going to have concrete poured, so if those 3 pipes can't handle the amount of water, the water will rise up the 4 inches or 3 inches and go across the top, and that will be my overflow. And because the overflow is going to be completely concrete, I don't have to worry about dirt being eroded. I don't have to worry about leakage taking the dam out or anything like that. So that's going to be probably the second or third important task next year, because I won't be able to get working on that till the water level goes down in the pond, and I have no idea when that's going to be. So that's going to be a big task for next year. Then, like I said, my neighbor is going to be willing to help excavate and put in the driveway and all that. So that's going to be another thing you guys will see being accomplished. Probably, I want to say June, maybe July, is when the ground will be thawed enough, hopefully, to be able to get that accomplished. And then hopefully, in the meantime, between now and then, the VA gets their stuff together and I get my back pay, and that way I can go ahead, pay off the land, get the land set up into a trust, and get everything set up. And then after that, it's, if the back pay comes in that time, then I'll be going ahead, and after the house site is excavated, I'll have a concrete truck come in to pour the pad and the foundation. After that, the cinder block walls will be going up. Once they're established, then they will be sprayed from the outside to seal them for water, because I don't want the house to leak. After that, I'll have all the dirt backfilled, so that way the 3 walls are underground. Get the roof put on, get the glass wall put across the front, and we'll be all set to go to move into a dried-in house. So if everything goes well, my goal is to be over there, moved in and everything, no later than October of 2018, because that will get me in there before winter. I'll no longer have to drive back and forth, and then I can go ahead, if all this happens sooner, I'll have my house on the market in June, and I'll be moved over there hopefully sometime in June, maybe July. So there are the goals for next year, and I'm trying to think. My aunt came up with bamboo, so I'm gonna try to go down, talk to some nurseries. I want to get some bamboo established in that creek bed, because the bamboo that grows at this elevation grows to 15, 16 feet tall. Bamboo can be used for a lot of stuff. We as humans can eat it. Of course, I'm an alien, so I can eat it no matter what. It's great food for the animals, the goats, the pigs, the chickens, the ducks, the geese. The stalks get, I think, 4 inches wide or 6 inches wide. So when the bamboo dies, I have one of 2 options. I can A, cut it down and burn it for firewood, so then that's free firewood that I'm not having to purchase. Or B, run it through a wood chipper, which I plan on getting a wood chipper next year also, and chip it into mulch, and that mulch will help decompose and go into the soil and make more nutrients for more plants. So with that, I think that's about it. I'll go over, show you guys the puppy one more time, and then I'm gonna get back to work and get these pumpkins done. What do you think, Minnie Mouse? How's that little puppy doing? How's that little puppy doing? Puppy's growing so quick, guys. And don't forget, if you haven't put a name in, to name the puppy, Sunday at 8 o'clock, I'll be going live, and we'll be doing the drawing to find out what the puppy's little name is. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.